welcome to beautiful Port Moody, BC for the Under 21 Fraser Valley Soccer League Final. I'm Gino Kutri alongside Jacob Hall, and we have the Port Moody Lordico Gunners against the Langley United this morning. It's quite wet out here, but what would Vancouver soccer be without some nice rain in the forecast?
Absolutely. It's very fitting that on a final, a championship day, that it is a torrential downpour, and quite a good matchup actually, and the teams have played each other 4 times this season. Lordco, the Gunners, have a 3-0-1 victory margin against Langley, so it's going to be an intriguing game. I'm curious to see what Langley brings to the table. How are they going to attack a team that really they've had very little success against? Have they, are they going to have some groundbreaking strategic changes? That's going to be interesting for me.
As we see the bagpipes being played, nice tradition here. The Port Moody bagpipers, as the team's ready to be presented onto the field. Port Moody sporting the red and black uniforms, and Langley with the white and blue trim.
And I'm sure at this point they don't want any more ceremonies, they just want to play. Considering the weather, the worst thing to do is just really stand around. You want to move around, you want to get the blood flowing, and right now they're kind of just waiting for, we're not sure what right now, but they're just waiting to get onto the pitch.
When you play a team 4 times in the regular season, you get to know everybody on the opposing side, good and bad. So it'll be interesting to see how these 2 rivals really engage on the pitch. If they're if the linesmen or referees will allow for some possible chippiness, and see if they let some battles go.
Well, with the weather, you'd think that there's going to be a little bit more leniency, just because the way that the turf is, you're going to slip around a little bit, so a lot of incidental contact, and some things I think they will let go. They'll be careful with slide tackles, obviously, just because of the weather. You'd have to worry about a player going into an opposing player's ankle or something like this, with the slippery conditions.
It'll be very interesting to see how the goalkeepers can handle the elements with the rain coming down in their face, and even taking the shots. See if maybe the strikers can really put some zip on that ball, maybe get a skid shot. Always tough to judge as a goalkeeper playing on turf. The ball comes in quicker than on natural grass.
Yeah, absolutely, and you'll see in better weather conditions, players would most likely aim for higher than the top of the net, top of the corners. In a game like this, you're absolutely right. They're going to aim for the skid shots, the bottom corner shots, anything to just kind of get a little bit more momentum on it, because you aim high, you're probably going to miss the net in this weather. You're going to slip or something, so they're going to be aiming low today.
Yeah, I think simple shots, get the ball on net, and maybe force the goalkeeper to maybe give out a rebound where one of your trailing players can put away the garbage and get a goal.
Especially for the keeper, you got to keep yourself interested in the game. For instance, if there's really no action in your end for the first 30 minutes or so, you have to find a way to move in place or do something, because that one chance could really ruin you if you're not prepared for it.
Starting goalkeepers for this morning's matchup for the Gunners, Sebastian Faber, and for Langley United, it's going to be Evan Lowther. And for the Gunners, Faber has quite the size of a goalkeeper. So let's see if that size can really be an advantage for him on those corners and set pieces to come out and be aggressive.
Absolutely, and size never hurt a goalie, and you're seeing a trend in not only the NHL where the goalies are getting larger, but also in the major soccer leagues across Europe. Goalies are not, 5'11", 6 feet tall anymore. They're 6'5", 6'6". So you have these goalies who are really using their size to their advantage.
As we await the national anthem. Now we'll have both captains come for the coin toss. For Langley, captains Matt Castile and Mitchell Erzinger, and for the Gunners, number 7 Tyler Leonard. Number 19, Scott Sims. Both players trying to keep their blood flowing here, jumping up and down, awaiting the national anthem, trying to stay as warm as possible. again, the Port Coquitlam Legion bagpipes with the Canada. As teams shake hands, and we'll be underway in just a short moment here. So the Gunners will start with the ball. And up front, it's Rashid Zadudin that will start with Lee. And we're underway. And quickly, it's Leonard. Now taken, and up come Langley quickly.
And the good lead pass there, and they're going to have a chance right away.
Nice save there by the goaltender, Sebastian. That was blocked by his own player.
Oh.
Just off the bat, the number 12, Daniel Dejo, had a chance in front, but it was off the leg of his own player. Now they're awarding it a corner kick, even though the ball went off number 14.
And that was a wasted corner. 20 seconds in, you get a chance like that. A really great through ball by Langley. And breakaway, as you mentioned. You know, good start for Langley, a team that really hasn't had any luck against Port Moody this season.
And that ball on the side of the net. So the chance for the United to regroup. Like you said there, Jake, off the bat there, Langley with that chance in tight as the ball is played back. And again, United really giving some sustained pressure in the offensive zone, really giving the Gunners no time to get out of their own half. Now like it's played back for Sims.
Yeah, it looked like it caught the Gunners off guard, and they just did not understand what Langley was coming at them with, and it was a great through ball and a great chance for Langley.
Now back with Sims. He plays it across for Hallam. Hallam pass in tight looking. As the ball is played up in the middle of the park. Forward Langley United, when you have yet to defeat this Gunner team this season, 3 losses and 1 tie. Trying something new isn't a bad thing, especially in a final. And so far we've seen the United really carry the play in the opening minutes here. As that ball is given away in the middle of the park. Now a chance for the Gunners as it is quickly checked by Jindo. And now drop back and now played across the park, and that ball will skid out of bounds. And we've talked about the slick surface. And that's one thing maybe trying to avoid is those sharp balls going laterally that might not be able to find the intended targets.
And those balls are going to slide, like you mentioned. And here's a chance here.
Play in tight. Chance and just over the bar. A nice shot there by number 7, Tyler Leonard, off the left foot.
That was a great job by Leonard to set himself up perfectly and keeping himself onside, and then at the precise moment jumping right behind the defender. And just a little high, but gotta like the opportunity and the gutsiness to take that shot.
Yeah, set up by Fahim Karmali. As that Leonard shot went wide. Now Ball comes back to Carmali, and he plays it back to Leonard, who goes across to his brother. Down the middle of the park. Checked by Jindo. Ball comes to Katz, as the Gunners now settle things down here and retain ball possession. Sims intended for Leonard, and that ball skids out of bounds. It'll be United throw.
Yeah, heavy foot by Leonard. He's got to learn how to corral that a little bit better.
Tyler and Nick Leonard, brothers playing on this team. Twins, I'm assuming. Maybe a year apart, but both play exceptionally well. I was talking to the coach pregame about the Leonard brothers and spoke highly of their talents. Now throw in. It's corralled down by Katz, and now the ball comes in and a foul called. And there will be a free kick for the Gunners.
Just outside the box, thankfully for Langley. Any closer and you could have been talking about the first goal of the game.
That'll be a free kick, and it'll be taken by Dowden. Played in tight now, a chip shot and a nice save there. The first touch by Lothar, and a quick throw out wide as United trying to catch the Gunners a little bit off balance here. On the far side, that was number 9, Sam Sinclair, trying to push the ball up as it went out of bounds.
It's been a relatively fast pace 5 minutes. Soccer games tend to take a little while to warm up. You know, guys aren't going to take many chances, but so far we've seen a couple of really good chances for both teams.
Ball kept in by Leonard. Nice move on the defender as he's checked. Now the ball comes back to Zadin, who plays it back for Hallam, and Hallam goes across the park. Now in for Leonard, and that ball played up, intended for number 10 Santiago Vasquez, a bit too far to his reach. It'll go out of play for a United throw, quickly in and corralled by Dejo, and now back out again, and we'll see another United throw. 5 minutes in, we've seen scoring chances for both teams off the opening whistle for United, and most recently the Gunners have had 2 grade A chances, one sailing over the bar and a free kick that was made by a nice save by goalkeeper Evan Lothar.
The field seems to be slanted a little bit in Port Moody's favor. It's been in the Langley end for, I'd say, pretty much the whole game after that first 30-second little tilt. So Langley's got to come back and try to control the pace and get something into some sustained pressure in the Port Moody end.
As Hallam plays that ball out of play. And again, we'll see a Langley throw. It'll be in by Lucas Solms. He plays it in the corner, and that ball will roll out of play for a goal kick. And now the referee asking for a rethrow. Quickly out by the Gunners. Now a chance for Zaduin, who plays for Karmali. Now inside the middle of the park is Lee. Lee back for Hallam. And Hallam will go cross pitch, but a bit too much force on that ball, intended for number 8 Roberto McCabe, as it goes out of play. So we're seeing the Gunners try to go east-west a little bit, try to move the ball across the pitch and switch it as we see man down, and there'll be a free kick just inside the half for United. Most of these players fresh out of high school, under 21 championship here for the FVSL. Now a long free kick ball played in, and that one well wide of goal, and it'll be a goal kick.
Seems like there's a lot of slipping, and guys can't really get their footing, and that's really affecting the chances and the passes and the shots, as they're not just wide, they're well wide today. I think the weather has a large part to do with that. Oh, off the face. Bad luck.
As number 16 there, Jindo got a cleat from Scott Sims. No call. Now Hallam plays it up, looking for Kamali now. In for Zayden. He plays for Leonard. And that ball blasted deep into Gunner territory. Hallam back, and he'll head it into the corner. And it will go. No, it'll stay in play now. Jindo keeps it in. As the ball playing in the far right corner. And now out of play for a Gunner throw.
And you can see the Langley coach telling his players, you know, whatever you feel about the officiating, don't make it, don't vocalize it. Keep it within yourself, because the ref has issued a warning to the players to essentially cut it out. So if you're Langley, you probably want to do that because you don't want to get any fouls or any cards going your way.
Yeah, and this is virtually a home game for Port Moody, as Langley made the trip in. Not too far away though, but we are in Port Moody, and a chance for the United. Cross ball in, and that cleared by Nick Leonard, as United had a chance in tight there in the 6-yard box. A little cross. Now a chance as the ball again played in, and that one went in the crowds pretty sharply for one of our cameramen there. There's a handball there by Jindo. Big man number 16 in the middle of the park.
I've been impressed with him. He's very physical on the ball, and he's a very persistent defender. He follows his target, his match around very well, and he's very I mean, he uses his size to advantage, so I want to see more of this guy.
As Lee heads that ball in, and a routine save for Lowther. Now a ball header, now a chance in tight, chance, nice save by the goalkeeper. That was number 3, Mitchell Erzinger, that came in through the cracks. He got by Leonard. But again, a nice save by Sebastian Faber to keep it 0-0. But the small man, Mitchell Erzinger, creeped in behind Leonard and got a nice shot off, but a better save by Faber.
But really, he's using his size to advantage, and even though he's small, he's able to get into small areas and gaps and able to sneak behind the defenders, and just not able to get the opposite foot power that he needed to get it over the keeper.
Now a chance in the 18-yard box for the Gunners, and it's cleared and out of play. So most possession has been with the Gunners thus far, but I would say the best 2 chances have come for Langley United. On a bit of a counter, now chance in for Carmali. As that ball goes out of play, and it'll be a throw. Thrown in the box and headed, and now a jump ball, and it's grabbed by the goalkeeper. drive kick in the middle of the park, and now Jingo can't get a foot on that. Carmali has it played in for Zeldin, and now Lee quickly to Sims. Sims to Lee, Lee's checked. And now again, United has the ball. This time it's Mitchell Van Hagen. Ball played out of Park. And out of play, and it'll be a United throw. So 15 minutes gone in the first half, and it's still 0-0 United and Gunners in this under-21 final. As Zerzinger has it, and the shifty number 3 trying to get by a couple of men as the ball played back in the center. And now a chance for the Gunners as the ball just played out of the reach of Carmali. Now Hallam has a head on that, and it's played to Leonard as they switch it across the field. Lee for Leonard. Now Sims for Hallam. Hallam trying to find Carmali, he does. Now Zidodin played up the park, looking for Vasquez, just out of his reach. And United picks the ball right back up with Gilbert. Gilbert for Erzinger. Cross in the middle, and that one too far to the reach of the intended target, Mitchell Van Hagem. And Faber will punt the ball up the park. And now a chance here for Carmali. Vasquez has it. Coughs that ball up to Gilbert. And now push by United to get the ball up in the middle of the park. I just played it out of play. Quick throw in for the Gunners. Lee corralled that. Now a chance for Vasquez. He has Carmali far post. Vasquez lost the handle, and it'll go out of play for a Gunner throw, as it was last touched by number 9, Sam Sinclair.
And what you're seeing is you're not seeing a very a super aggressive attack by Port Moody. They're really cautious. They're not trying to stretch the field too much. They're gonna take their chances and really try and make methodical plays rather than going for that one big shot. They're going to make those, 2-meter, 3-meter passes, and that's really what they're going to do. They're not going to do anything more than that.
As better to see our first sub of the day, it's number 5 Sebastian Wingfield coming in for United, as he replaces Daniel Dejo. So already there, Jake. 17 minutes in the soccer game, and first sub for Langley, as I guess the head coach saw something he didn't like, or maybe he did like and want to take advantage of, and maybe put in a different type of players. Wingfield checks in, and a free kick now for the Gunners. 22 yards out in the box and headed. Ball comes out. That's a miscommunication by Langley, as that cross was blocked, and it'll be a corner kick. And now it's overturned by the referee, and it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, good overturn there. It definitely went off of the Gunner player as he attempted to cross it, went back off him. And that would have been a horrible, horrible call. Thankfully, the other ref had a better angle of it.
Ball played up and out of play. It'll be a Gunner throw. As McCabe plays it in. And now Vasquez being double teamed there. The ball goes out of play again for a Gunner throw, as they slowly move up the park. Now Langley has it, and in for Jindu. And Erzinger now quickly. There's a long shot, and that's over the bar. Maybe a bit overzealous there by Alex Dalzana. Faber wasn't too worried about that. Long range shot, that would have been a nice 40-yard field goal. But no good.
Yeah, he had, strength in numbers there. He had 4 attacking players with him and only 3 defenders against. So if I'm him, I probably take my chances and see what I can do. If I can maybe get a through ball in or gain some ground and then take a shot. But that's a tough shot from, basically 40 yards out. And you're not going to see many players at this level, at this caliber, find top corner.
Maybe Faber was playing a bit too far out of his net, and the ball could have sunk underneath, but low percentage shot there as Vasquez gives chase, and now ball played back to the goalkeeper, Loader. And that ball will go out of play off the foot of Gilbert. It'll be United throw. And here's Dalzana once again. Plays it up. And now a chance.
Can't find anything.
Yeah, he pumped once. Couldn't get the shot off, and now Leonard will play it out of play. As it's batted back down by the fans. A pretty good crowd out today, actually, for this under 21 final on a wet Saturday morning in Port Moody, but the numbers are quite impressive. Umbrellas are a must.
Absolutely. And really no areas to sit because it's so wet, so a lot of standing room.
Headed down, and now Lee has it. Just played across for McCabe. McCabe back to Leonard. And a little flick, and now Vasquez has a beat on that. On a 50-50, shoved by Peters, and Peters wins that ball. Nice defensive play there.
Absolutely, getting his body right in front of the defender, not giving him a chance to really do much with it.
And now Erzinger, as he stumbled on that ball. Now a chance for Karmali for Lee. Here's Lee, checked by Jindal. Ball continues, now a chance for Leonard on a partial pinch. Cut off. Nice play there by Karmali. Now a long range shot off the head of Jindo. On the far side, United play the ball up and out of play. Thrown in. Now in the middle of the park is Sims. Batted down by Lee and out of play. And again, United throw on the far side. Delzan loses that ball. Now Lee has it. Playing up for Karmali. And a bit too far ahead of him, but a nice effort there. As the ball played up, and now Gilbert has a beat on that. Gilbert and Hallam one-on-one. Hallam has the ball, but in comes Erzinger. As the ball just played out of bounds. Quickly played in. And on the far side, Nick Leonard has it. For Sims and now Hallam. As the Gunners have had most possession thus far in the first half. But a lot of neutral zone play in the middle of the pitch for both teams. I think we've seen thus far that for Langley, their game plan is kind of that counterattack goal, which has almost been effective twice, but both times nice saves by goalkeeper Faber.
Yeah, just waiting for a mistake and then pouncing, and they've been very aggressive on the counterattack as opposed to Port Moody, who's a little bit more methodical in their approach. So, like you said, they had 2 great chances early on. You know, is that strategy is that what they're gonna do for the rest of the game? Who knows? Maybe it changes now that's not raining so much. It's a little bit, it's still wet out there, but you have to think that they're waiting for an opportunity to strike, and as opposed to creating their own chances.
Well, with the season series being 3-0-1 for the Gunners, you got to think that history might tell that they're a possession team, and that's worked for them all season. And for Langley, maybe that counterattack game might be the option that will get them over the hump and come out with a win this morning.
Absolutely, or it could be a situation as well where they feel that they weren't aggressive enough in the 4 games where they played, that they simply just, not necessarily, their strategy just wasn't working, so they're going to do whatever the opposite is to get, a chance to beat a team that really they've had no success against.
Ball played in by Hallam, and Al Gilbert settles that one down. Heavy touch there by Solms. Now Gilbert. He plays it in. Now again, here's that counterattack chance for Erzinger, who takes a shot. And that one hooked wide, just outside the 18. But like we said, waiting for their opportunity, that little gap in the defensive zone. And they get the ball up to Mitchell Erzinger, who had that chance on the right foot and just hooked it wide far post.
It's easy to see who's really the main source of offense from Langley, and it's Erzinger, and he's had about 3 chances here. You have to think he'll bury one eventually on the day.
Now Wingfield plays it up as the defender makes a pinch, and now in tight, half volley, no good. Gilbert comes in, first timer blocked by Leonard. And is now played on the far side, but Langley really utilizing that counter as the left back pinched in for that cross. And Gilbert had a first time chance. Now up come the Gunners with Carmali, who plays in a zipper, and it's corralled no problem by goalkeeper Evan Lowther. As the pace is picked up a bit here now, entering the 30-minute mark. Now a chance for Hallam, crosses it in, looking for Vasquez. That ball played out of danger. And now Zudin, long range shot. And again, nice save, no rebound there, routine for the goalkeeper as he plays it out wide to his defender. Erzinger plays it out wide. Now in the middle of the park. So 27 minutes gone in this first half of the Under-21 Championships in the FVSL. Port Moody Langley going toe-to-toe. Ball played in for Vasquez. And kicked out of play by Jindo. And once again, it'll be Tyler Leonard with a throw. In for Jindo, now back Hallam. Has a beat on that. And the little ball will stay in bounds. And now finally out of play. Lee for Zindun. And now Jindo for United. Played in for Dalzana. Eagles cross for Wingfield. Now Erzinger has a chance at the top of the 18. Checked by Hallam, and now he'll pinch up. Get the ball up for Vasquez. Vasquez for Carmali. Now Lee. Dummies that. As defenders get back. Scott Sims with it. Crossed in, and that one will be hung on by Evan Lowther.
It really looks like the crosses have been off the mark. A lot of wide attempts, and again, probably due to the surface, but you want to ideally get it a little bit towards the 18-yard box as opposed to right on the keeper. You want to give your guy a chance, and really they haven't been able to do that so far today.
As that ball was played out of bounds, and it'll be a throw for United. Half an hour gone in this first half, still 0-0. Both teams with quality chances. As we see the ball played here now, Vasquez with some aggression, and Sims couldn't handle that. And the ball played back line of United. And it's Peters. Ball played out of bounds and now quickly in by the Gunners. And it's picked up by Jindo, who goes across the park for Gilbert, who settles it down and couldn't beat Leonard. Now a little counter here as Leonard comes up, and now a long range shot.
Oh, cheeky.
Trying to catch the goalie off guard. He was playing quite out at the 18, so a bit more mustard on that ball. It could have caused some problems for the goalkeeper.
You know, maybe that's in the scouting report that the keeper plays a little far out, and maybe that's the first thing he thinks of. And you know, as you're pointing out right now, he's playing pretty far out right now. He's well outside the 18-yard box, so maybe that is a chance. You think if he's just maybe a little lackadaisical, that you can put a shot on net and maybe get a bounce. Like you mentioned, with the surface the way it is, the slippery surface, you could probably get a little more power on it, and you can go over his head as well.
Yeah, it's always tough to run backwards and try to catch a ball and even get vertical. As it happens, actually, in the EPL, we've seen a lot of times where goalies get fooled and a ball zips over their head and in the back of the net, and they end up on the SportsCenter not top 10.
It happened last Saturday, actually. Wayne Rooney scored from, I believe it was 47 yards away, and he just kind of punted it on net, and goalkeeper, like you said, backtracking, couldn't get vertical in time, and it found the back of the net.
As the ball played out of bounds, and now it'll be a Gunner throw. Leonard in for Carmali, and now Jindo again out of play, and again it'll be a throw for Leonard. And now our first substitution for Port Moody. And it'll be Vasquez coming off. So Santiago Vasquez in half an hour of play. Had a couple offensive opportunities. Nothing materialized, and now he's being taken off. We await the newcomer. As it's number 14, Eddie Bodger. Now a chance here, Erzinger, and Leonard had a beat on him, and that ball will roll out of bounds for a goal kick.
Boys want coffee?
So it's a goal kick for Sebastian Faber. And played up looking for Zindu, headed by Jindu. The bit of height advantage there on that jump ball. Now he's playing on the far side of the pitch, but Lee corrals that. Kept in now, Lee has it off a shin. And And United will settle it down. So it goes out for a throw. Out of play once again. Langley's way. Here's Erzinger. He's checked, and now Dalzana has it. Eagles cross for Solms. And for Jingo, he can't turn, and Lee will clear that ball out. And now a 50-50 ball. This is a good job by the defender who wins that foul. That's number 15, Matt Castile. Freshly subbed in. Eddie Vajri. 35 minutes gone in this first half, still 0-0. United and Gunners.
It'll be interesting to see how aggressive the teams are going to get with 10 minutes left in the half. Are they going to try and go for goal here? Are they going to be content with a draw and then regroup in the second half? And it's just the way a team plays. It's a killer mentality, and if I'm on either squad, I say go for it. It's the championship game. You have nothing else to lose, except for the championship, of course. But you have, you have a guy like Erzinger, as we're seeing. He's come close. If I'm Langley, I go for it and try and finish it off, because again, you can't be selective with your chances. You haven't beat them once this year in 4 tries, so you get a goal, you keep that lead, and see what happens.
Still a lot of time left in this soccer game. I mean, we have 10 to go in the first half and then a full 45. So I don't know if the coaching staff wants to maybe get aggressive too quickly here, but I'm sure come the latter stages of the match, if it's still 0-0, maybe one team might want to press. I'm assuming it would be the Gunners being the favorite. You don't want to let a game get to a shootout by chance, where really skill is taken out of the game. It's just a matter of, executing on a penalty shot. We've seen soccer, hockey.
Like you mentioned, we're so far away from that. So much can happen in 7 or 8 minutes, whatever we have remaining in the half, and also the 45 minutes after. We have substitutions to make. We have all these things to happen. So
there's a chance in and out. Nice poised play by Lothar. That ball thrown in quickly. And at the back, Castile off the park for Jendo. Now Erzinger looking for Graham Smith, who's just been subbed in. Number 8 for Langley. As he took off. Looks like he took off number 12, Daniel Dejo. Now thrown in, now a chance for Karmali. As he lost the handle off the referee's shin, and now a chance, a little break for the Gunners as the ball is played up, but Castile had a head on that. Now settled by Jendo. And Erzinger once again. Gilbert has it. Now the far side for Smith. That ball kept in, now in the box. Hallam has a beat on that. And we'll clear out of safety. Now quick shot to the head there. Castile's ball came up. That hit Beaujolais in the face, but he's all right. Now the Gunners quickly, that one's coughed up, and now Delzana has a chance. Nice check there by Julian Katz. And here comes Katz up for Beaujolais. Nice through ball for Lee, and it's offside flag. And it's A nice set play there. Lee came down the flank, but the flag came up on Lee. And of course, no goal and an offside whistle.
Well, what a great job by Beaugerie getting the ball turning and seeing the streaking winger come down and really timing it. And unfortunately, it was offside, but it wasn't offside by much. It was an opportunity worth having. Ooh.
A little collision there.
Physical play here, right? And they're going to call that.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Erzinger. A little bit too much shoulder. Cross in and headed away laterally by Delzana, and it'll be a gunner throw with 5 minutes to go in this first half, and maybe a minute of extra time. Hasn't been much. So Dowden back for Leonard. And now Lee has it for Dowden. Is coughed up. And now Delzana has a beat on that. Quickly up for Smith. Smith leaves for Gendo. Now Erzinger. Little 1-2 here. Now ball in for Gilbert as he collides with Leonard, and the ball is headed and it'll go out for a corner. With under 5 to go in this first half, United have their first corner of the morning. And let's see if they can get. They got some height on this United team. Definitely a height advantage against the Gunners. So
well, especially with Jindo, a guy's probably about 6'5", 6'6".
Ball comes in, nice grab there by Faber. We talked about him pregame about the height of Faber. And we saw the advantage right there, getting his arms up quickly and not allowing any United player to get ahead on that and a possible scoring opportunity.
And good job by him, not just punching it away, but also grabbing it and making sure that his team would have possession rather than just punching it out and, living to fight another day.
As now it'll be a throw in for the Gunners. And taken in by McCabe, looking for Bergerie. And now Lee has possession. A ball played across the pitch for Leonard. You can really hear United say push up, trying to catch the Gunners offside. As that ball off the shin of Bergerie out of play for a United throw. 4 games on tap this Saturday for the Fraser Valley League finals. Currently the under-21 final. And then right after will be the President's final. Then the Masters final. And then finally the Premier Division final at 4 o'clock. So a full slate of soccer to be played here in Port Moody this March 29th. As spring has arrived, but it's still a bit wet.
Seems like April showers at the end of March.
Yes, and now a chance here for Gendo. Trying to find Gilbert pinching, and now a chance here. Carmali quickly played up. And now settled down on the far side. It'll be McCabe. Now Lee. Coughed up, Smith has that for Gendo, and now Gilbert wide open on the far side. Here comes a chance for Gilbert. He slows things down, now played in for Smith. Smith leaves for Erzinger. Erzinger's shot high and wide, but a nice 1-2 touch there. And the first timer by Erzinger goes high and wide on the right side.
And you can see where Erzinger was aiming. He was aiming for that top corner. It just got off his foot the wrong way. But again, he's doing a good job of pinching up and knowing when to press and when to really push the pace. And he's going to be a very vital part of this Langley's chances in the second half.
High kick there as Scott Sims got a boot very close to Delzana's face and quickly blown down there by the referee. And now it'll be a free kick for Langley as everyone pushes up here, all but one.
And that could have ended horribly. It's a good thing they stopped play and recognized that that's just not acceptable.
Ball played in by Delzana and just wide as Faber let it go. Calmly by the goaltender.
I need your name. Full name.
Just right here?
Anywhere.
Bergerie has it now. In tight looking for Smith and now Carmali. Back for Bergerie. Chip in for Lee. He's got a beat on that. Offside flag. Stays down his shot. Sails over the bar. A left foot volley by Lee. Sails. And quickly up. As the goaltender Lowther really taking no time, just playing the ball right back up. As we're entering stoppage time here in the first half. 45 minutes have gone. Now we're into some extra time here. I can't presume it'll be too much extra time. This might be the last play of the game, of the half, excuse me. Long free kick in.
You'd have to figure that he's going for goal here.
Ball
Hoping
played
for-
in, that's going to be wide, and that might do it for the first half. The referee checking his whistle. Excuse me, checking his watch. And now he's going to settle things down as that ball was rolling on that goal kick. His favorite plays it for Hallam. And again, a quick check at the watch. Now Jindo has it. He's checked. And a chance for Bergerie, excuse me, goes undue. And now that'll do it for the first half. So after one, it's still 0-0. United Gunners, both teams with scoring chances. But after one, all tied up at nils. Trying to get around Nathan Peters. And the ball played out. And it will be a throw-in for Langley. No, now switched across. And it'll be a Gunner throw. Throw it in and Bergerie has it. Now he's checked. And again, it'll be a Gunner throw. Deep in the offensive zone here. Trying to get one on the board here for the home team. Now Gilbert on the far side. He's tripped up. And that'll go for a foul taken down by Leonard. And a free kick in the middle of the park for United. Deep ball in intended for Jindu, headed for Wingfield. Wingfield's volley goes wide off that left-footed chance. Nice little play there, though. The cross headed into Jindu and a quick flick to Wingfield. Who had a quality chance here, just shot wide now. Faber, goal kick. Tipped off the head and now kept in by United. And now Leonard checked in. Erzinger plays it out, and it'll be a Gunner throw. Last touch by Erzinger. The ball played in for Bergerie, and the ball skids down to the goaltender, Lowther, who will do a quick throw to his defender. Now in tight, Jindu for Wingfield. He's checked by Sue. Looking for Lee, cut off, and now Smith has it. And comes Smith, trying to find Wingfield. Now ball played. No, it's kept in. Well, it might have been played out, but it kept in by a good job by number 9, Katz. And now Carmali for Bergerie inside the box. Back heel, defender slips. Here's Bergerie. Now a chance for Katz. He can pull the trigger. And Jindu plays it all the way down the park back to the goaltender, Faber.
That's great footing by Bergerie, as you mentioned. That back heel really giving himself some space, and I think he probably should have taken his shot, taken his chance, but waited a little too long. Tried to finesse it in there, and at this point in the game, you just want to, again, get some chances on net and finish and give your team the lead.
Lee chance for Bergerie and takes a tumble. 7 gone in the second half. Still awaiting our first goal of this final as our crowd continues to get progressively bigger here. Great to see that. Supporting local amateur sport and soccer being right up there with hockey now in this province for amateur. Might even have more numbers.
I think
in terms of amateur players, youngsters.
I think soccer is the most played sport in Canada for young kids. So, it's a great thing to see, and also to see more than just families, but also just spectators from various walks of life coming to watch. And I think that's just so important, and it really it gives life to the sport and to the program. And so far, so good on Port Mooney's part. It looks like a great setup, a lot of food and drink, and also, as we mentioned, 3 games after this and 3 final games.
Really have to give credit to the organizers. They have a beer garden set up. We have a live stream brought to you by VBN Sports, Virtual Broadcast Network, and Umbro is sponsoring the event as well. So really, some recognition is well deserved to the coordinators of the FVSL.
And it stopped raining, so no excuses for you people not to come out and watch and to support.
Yeah, Mother Nature has really, I think, heard her call. As that volley by Bergerie goes wide.
And it looked like it went right out on the outside of his foot, and you want to get towards the middle of your foot on the inside so you can get more power on it. And it looked like he tried to go for that backspin, and it just spinned a little too far away. But again, you're seeing a lot more chances for the AC Milan looking Lordco Gunners, and they're getting their chances. So let's see if a goal comes with that.
So Graham Smith subbed out. And back in the man that came out for Smith, number 14, Mitchell Van Hagen. And a quick shot again, trying to catch the goalkeeper off guard, but a nice calm save there by Loader. As I think the Gunners have really noticed a tendency with that goalkeeper that likes to play out of his area, as Lee has it. Now a quick pass looking for Bergerie behind the defense, but a nice defensive play there by Matt Castile, keeping Bergerie in check.
It must be in the scouting report, because they've had about 3 or 4 chances from farther than 30 yards, probably around 40 yards out, that have actually been decent chances. So they must have seen something in their experiences against playing with him. Maybe they scored a goal that way earlier in the season, but they really like their deep chances.
Another routine save there by Loader off that shot by Eddie Bergerie. Ball played up, and Van Hagen went up for that, as well as Wingfield. Played down. In tight. And now Smith picked up by the Gunners. That's number 9. Katz, and that ball played up, and now ball played down the line. It'll be corralled by Nathan Peters. So he plays it up the line, and now the ball goes out of bounds. As the wind is picked up a little bit.
Knocked over a tent. We hope that it's not the beer garden.
As Carmali's pass for Katz just out of the reach. It'll be United throw.
And you can see it's a little bit of a different pace. Oh, here's a good chance. An opportunity.
Carmali sent in.
Ah.
And a nice shot there, just wide by Rashid Ziadin. But a nice set play there from Carmali. They let him with a through ball.
Just as I was about to say that, the first 11 minutes have kind of lacked pace. Another good chance, but it seemed as though Langley, at the beginning of the first half, really had a couple opportunities, and it's not as if they're sitting back, but they're just not. The play has not been in this end very much. So for Langley, it's got to be concerning. You need to get some sustained pressure, some chances, some shots, and they just have had none of that so far in this game, or in this half, pardon me.
As Sue's ball goes out of play. And from the 55 minutes we've seen here, Jake, I mean, we can tell that Langley Lee wants that counter.
Yeah.
That counter play, and this half they haven't seen that yet in the first 10. And maybe that in the halftime break, the Gunners really try to discuss that. As here's a chance for Erzinger, shot saved by Faber, rebound is in the back of the net. And Erzinger finally solves the goaltender on the rebound. And there's that play we were talking about, take that counter. And Erzinger sent in by Jindo. Faber got the first one, but the second, really no chance on that rebound. And it's 1-0 United here. The away team strikes first.
And really, the credit should go, obviously, to Erzinger, but also to Jindo. And Jindo won a great battle around the 18-yard mark and set it up perfectly. And credit to Erzinger for going after his own rebound and not giving up on that play and able to get the goal. And you kind of figured he would score just because he's had so many chances. And it doesn't disappoint when he gets the opportunity here in the second half. Just as we were saying, they needed some chances, and he gets a chance and he buries it.
Well, he's had about 4 or 5 quality chances in this match. In the first half, he had 4, and we were just alluding to that. Sooner or later he's going to get his opportunity, and he finally did that time. And 2 whacks at it, and the second one good for a goal. And now we're seeing the pace pick up here after that really icebreaker, as Van Hagem takes down Katz, and it'll be a foul. So 1-0 United now.
And Erzinger's a pretty fun player to watch. He, as we mentioned, he's not the biggest guy, but he really plays with great aggression and great setup here, and they're going to have another chance.
And now taken out of the box, that was Van Hagem. No call by the referee, not even a look by the referee. So
I think that's a fair assessment by the ref. Looked like he didn't necessarily dive. I think he just got tripped up in his own cleats.
Yeah, good no call by the referee.
And really, whenever you make a call in the box, you really have to gauge if it's worth really dictating the game, because, I mean, at worst, a penalty shot is a 50-50 chance. Not even. It's probably like a 75% chance. So you're pretty much giving a team a goal.
Well, yeah, a grade A.
A grade A chance, a chance where there's no defender in front of you. So if you're willing to dictate the game, it better be a good call. So I don't think that's a non-call we're going to be talking about for a while. I don't think it was that serious, that blatant.
Yeah, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that I was hearing on one of the UEFA broadcasts that penalty shot percentages now are 75-25. They used to be worse. They used to be 80-20.
No.
But the goalies have kind of cut that gap a little bit with their quality of keeping. But still,
I bet it, again, as we mentioned earlier, with bigger goalkeepers, cover up more space. I think that has something to do with it as well.
And the players can't do that little stop move where they can
The
kind of
little
make,
stutter step, yeah.
you know, although, you know, and they've also allowed goalkeepers to move on their line,
Yeah.
which before they had to stay stationary. Here's a chance for Cats. Is that ball at the 18 now? Sue tees up a shot and just over the bar. Sue from the 19, 20-yard line there.
That was a great job by Sam Sinclair, the sweeper back there. He made sure that he got a foot on that, so Cats couldn't have basically a grade A chance. He was able to sort of tip it wide and give it to his own player.
So Leonard with the throw for the Gunners. Headed by Katzenau, Bergerie for Zidane. And Delzana for Erzinger. Erzinger off the
official.
Off the official now. A chance for Lee as he cuts in. Lee long range shot tipped and a nice save. Kept in bounds smartly there, intelligently by the goalkeeper to avoid the corner kick.
And the keeper's been fantastic today. On the couple of chances, he's been in good position, and you can tell he also, maybe he's playing a little chicken by playing so far out. That's something we should also consider because, again, he is playing close to that blue line, that far blue line, and it's a bit of a distance from the net. It's a bit of a trip, so maybe he's daring players to take a shot.
As we see Erzinger come off, and in number 4, that'll be Bailey Jacobson. So the goal scorer checks out as he gets a nice welcome from his teammates on the bench, doing his job in 1 hour of play.
And that's got to be a good feeling coming back to the bench and scoring the lone goal so far. Here's Jindo.
Jindo's shot sails wide. Tried to pen that one in. He had it going for a bit there, but just overpowered the big man in the center of the park. Really towers over everyone else on this pitch right now.
And with the way that Erzinger plays, as we were seeing, you know, he's a forward, but he really plays like a midfielder. He's up and down the pitch, and I think for a guy like him, you know, he's going to drain himself out pretty quickly because he plays so hard. So he gets a goal, he does his job, and then someone else can try and fill his cleats.
Here's Wingfield down the line for Sinclair as that ball's out of play. As Sinclair will toss it in. Just amazing. As soon as one goal goes in, Jake, the pace of play just elevates immediately.
And yeah, it elevates, but also changes the way teams play. So obviously, you're going to see Lordco. They're going to go, you know, full gear trying to get a goal. And Langley, they're not going to take as many chances as they were. Obviously, they want to keep that lead, so they're going to be pretty cautious about things. And it's about 20 minutes into the second half, and you know, obviously a lot of time to go, but I think they're content with the one goal, to be honest with you. And I don't think they're going to see a ton of chances in the end of Port Moody. I think it's going to be mostly where we see it right now, and that's going to be in the Langley end.
And just Langley holding on, that bend, don't break type of defense.
And you can see it right now. I mean, there's one player over center most of the time. They're going to try and play sound defense and see what happens.
Chance for Leonard, and it's cut off by Castile. So we're seeing almost a little Italian national team effect here by Langley. Just 10 guys behind the ball, nursing that one goal lead that we've seen throughout history of Italian soccer.
And the reason why most nations hate watching the Italian squad is the Azzurri tend to hold back and defend the league like the plague. They don't want.
They're content with that 1-0.
They're content, yeah. If they score a goal in the first minute, it's going to be a pretty boring soccer game for the rest of the game. That's just the way they play. They play very content and effectively, actually, because, I mean, obviously the results have followed. They won the World Cup a few times, and you can see with Langley, it looks like they're going to play that style where they're going to have maybe one or two forwards above the play trying to chase a defender and make a bad play, but for the most part, they're gonna be content with what they have.
As a substitution was made by Langley, out comes number 4, Rashid Zudin, and in 23, Jordan Bourdignon. So the last thing that's plagued me this entire broadcast has subbed out, and Bourdignon checks in as he has the ball right now, and really goes cross field, out of play.
You know, it's got to be a frustrating feeling for Port Moody as well. You've beat them, 3 times and had a draw. So in the championship game, the one game that really, really matters, and you're down at this point in the game, it's got to be a weird feeling because you haven't felt it.
Through ball for Leonard, out of play.
You haven't felt it, and you got to give it your all at this point for both squads, but mainly, I mean, if you're down 1, you're desperate for a goal, you're hungry for a goal, and you got to make it happen at some point.
And if you're a United player or a United fan, I mean, you come into this final, you're on, you're in hostile territory, you're in Port Moody, it's a home game essentially for the Gunners.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost 3 out of 4 in the season.
Yep.
I mean, really, nothing to lose. Just come out and play the best tactical game you can, which they have been playing very tactical. Really, everyone behind, and as we see, Sam Sinclair down for Langley, favoring his left ankle. Might have got it cleaned up. Most of these players don't wear the ankle guards, just the shin guards, to really, help with the feel, but those cleats can really hurt, especially on a cold day. And he's up. Probably jog it off.
Yeah, I think he just got tangled up, and he's all right. Obviously, he's able to move around on it. He's not laboring it too much. And I think injuries are just a little bit less painful in a championship game, knowing that this is your last game of the season, most likely, or at least with this squad.
Yeah, most of these players that are at the 20-year-old age anyway will be moving on to the Premier Division. If not, then just Division 1 or so on.
And that's also another point we should mention is there's going to be a few scouts in attendance watching from Trinity Western University, SFU, and then also those premiership teams. They're going to be interested. They want to see these guys, and this is not a scrimmage atmosphere. This is a game atmosphere. So this is a championship game, and you're seeing, a guy like, let's say, Erzinger. He puts on a great show. Who knows? Maybe he gets a scholarship, or maybe he gets an offer to play with the premiership team. So,
yeah, the head coach of the Gunners says that he has about 4 or 5 of his players that do get call-ups to the premier team time to time.
And that's already, and I mean, again, they're under 21 as the name, lends to us to believe. So, absolutely, these guys have a great future, lots of potential.
Cross in by Lee, rebound, and Cats can put it away. And it's cleared out by Gilbert. Right back in, though, here's Bergerie.
Great footwork by Bergerie.
As that ball tangled up, and now up comes Wingfield. Plays it inside for Jindo. And Sinclair cut off by Leonard. On the middle of the park. Played back to Lowler. A little chip shot over the head of Carmali.
Interesting decision there, but it worked as moving the ball up the pitch pretty well.
Well, Gilbert trying to make a run and out of play, so a throw in for the Gunners.
And Wingfield was kind of hollering for the ball. He was relatively by himself towards us, towards the near sideline, and he was, I think he had a beat on his defender. So again, I don't think they're going to try and attempt to pass like that across the pitch. It's dangerous if it gets intercepted. So they're gonna play it safe, and unfortunately for Wingfield, that means they're not going to make that play.
Now a bit of a counter here as Jingo goes on a run. He's got a beat on that. Faber comes out. Little touch there, but a nice paw save by Faber to keep it only 1-0. He had a defender back just in case, but that tip by Jindo might have had enough pace to squeak by and make it 2-0.
And really, that's such a tough play when you have basically you're pushing your cleat outside, and you're not going to get a lot of momentum on your shot like that. But again, good speed by Jindo, as he's proving that he's not just a big guy, but he's also a big guy with wheels. Add 2 minutes.
So we're just past the halfway point of the second half as Erzinger checks back in the soccer game. Out comes Gilbert. So the goal scorer back on the pitch. Maybe looking for some insurance. As that ball played for Sioux. And Wingfield will take care of him. Throw in for United.
And you figured that Erzinger would be back. But again, just the way he plays, he's going to get worn out pretty quick just because he's all over the place. So it was good to get him about a 10-15 minute rest, and he's ready to go back again.
Now cross in and caught and quickly thrown out by Lola to Erzinger. Kind of played up for.
And he's hurt right now, actually.
Yeah, he got stepped on there, and that one really stings. He'll have to shake it off.
And over on the other field, we can see our next matchup warming up.
Yeah, we have the President's Cup awaiting us after this under-21 final. As Hallam heads that one up, and Leonard fans on that. Wingfield in. Now a high kick there by Jindo. And now Berger has it and tried to go cross pitch for Carmali. And again, here's Berger. And Lee might be offside, so he had to hold up. And now cross pitch for Carmali. Nice settle by Carmali. Shot off the bar.
What a chance.
Howitzer off the left foot of Fahim Carmali as that zinged off the left bar.
And really, I mean, that was probably about as good of a chance as you're going to get from that angle, and just a couple centimeters underneath and he would have scored. But again, great setup by Boger. The pass across the pitch, and also good footwork by Carmali, as you mentioned, giving himself some space, taking a chance, and almost tying this thing up at 1.
Well, a great settle by Carmali, then to get that ball on his left foot and just let one rip there. And you could hear that bar shake. I mean, it was a howitzer. As Wingfield comes in, he's checked by Leonard. Still with it is Wingfield. And now a foul called on Leonard, and there'll be a free kick in tight for this United team.
This is certainly has the potential for a game-changing moment. Taking a foul that close, and I think I think he's gonna take the free kick, and his last free kick was a pretty good opportunity. Again, you want to get it right behind that wall so you can have a defender kind of run onto it, as opposed to standing from a stationary position. You want to get some momentum.
Maybe going for the top of the head of
Jindo,
yep.
6'5".
Chip in, and it's caught by Faber. Trying to go short side, sneaky there, but did not fool the goalkeeper. And now quickly out on the far side of the pitch, Leonard.
And they have strength in numbers here, the Gunners.
Here's Bolgery. Now Sioux, with time and space, now chips it in, looking for Katz. Headed away and now cleared. Finally played out, but right back in the offensive zone. Now Sioux taken down. And a chance for Lee, who's nudged.
Great defending by 17.
And now we're seeing a free kick.
I think it's
just outside the box.
Wow, just as I said, great job.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Literally on the border of the 18.
Looked like a little interference on his part. I thought it was good
Nathan
defending.
Peters was a defender there.
Yeah, I thought it was good defending, I guess.
Bit of interference.
A bit of an interference. I guess they didn't see it the way I saw it, but it looked like he impeded the process of the forward trying to get to the ball.
So a grade A chance here for the Gunners inside the 18. Leonard, and that ball on the turf cleared out. Now a left foot shot well wide of net. So that chance goes by the wayside. 32 minutes gone in the second half. And Langley Leonard have the 1-0 lead on the goal by Erzinger. As we're seeing Katz come out. So Julian Katz will check out. And Vasquez coming back in. So maybe adding a second striker to get that tying goal. And why not with under 50 minutes to go in this U21 final?
Well, yeah, their formation before was with the one striker, and like you mentioned, maybe they put Vasquez up there so they could have two guys who can finish, two guys who can stretch the field, and well, obviously they need the goal. So it's time to play cautious is over. You need a goal. You need at this point it's the championship game. So
Lee for Sue. Sue with some space now, plays it out wide. Middle of the park for Vasquez. Vasquez for Lee. Good job by Lee to shield that ball. Now looking for Karmali, volleys it just wide, but Fahim Karmali in the far post has had two chances. And he's shaking his head on that one. He could have done better, he thinks.
I don't know. That's a pretty tough
volley.
Tough volley.
But he thinks otherwise.
You know, it's tough for, you know, a younger player to really get a good shot on a volley like that. And these guys got to understand, it's not, you know, it's not Wayne Rooney, it's not Ben Nistelrooy out there. These are young guys who are just trying to hone their game, hone their skills. So they're not going to finish plays quite like a Messi. So good chance and keep it going. And really what we've seen from Port Moody is a lot of chances in this half. Looks like that was a little bit of an undercut there by number 19, but a lot of good chances, and they're coming close. They really are. We saw the crossbar earlier, so it feels like they have momentum going their way. And looks like the referee's going to make a foul call.
Yeah, Leonard was taken down there, and Jindo the culprit. So a free kick for about 35 yards out for the Gunners. As we are approaching the 75-minute mark, and now the ref will pace 10 yards, of course. Leonard's cross in, left foot, looking for Vasquez, headed away by the defender. And now a counter.
He's way offside.
Well offside is...
He's got to read that better.
Well offside was Mitchell Van Hagem, and now quick pace up by the Gunners as the urgency, as expected, picked up.
He was like 3 paces offside. He's got to kind of look to his left, look to the near sideline, and notice that the defender is well behind him. And
there's Vasquez now. Karmali crosses the ball in.
Oh, you got to get it out better than that. Oh,
as Lee taken down outside the box. No call by the referee.
Jindo the enforcer. He's played fantastic on all ends of the field.
Karmali looking cross. And now cleared by Erzinger. Nothing wrong with, using a hockey term here, icing the ball down the pitch, but out of danger.
Well, yeah, again, there's probably about 15 minutes left in the game, so.
As Jordan Boardingly had a chance. Now Bergerie looking for Lee. Lee has a step.
Oh.
And that's just wide as Vasquez couldn't get a cleat on that. And he can't believe it. Lee got the ball by the goaltender, but Vasquez couldn't get a cleat on that. That might have been their chance to tie this game up.
And it looked like Lee wasn't going for the shot. He was going for kind of a through ball, an opportunity. And like you mentioned, just inches away from glory for the Gunners, and they could have brought this thing into an extra period, but right now it's not to be. We will see if they're able to make good on one of these chances.
as Gilbert is subbed back in for Jacobson. So some starters check back in for Langley as boarding on that 50-50 ball, lost it. Now Sue had to backtrack, being checked by Wingfield. Good job by Wingfield, now kept the ball in. And Sue left the opt for the throw-in.
And this is just killing time for Langley. This is good. For them, at least, able to control the ball in the territory of Port Moody. 37 minutes, I mean.
Yeah, we're inside the last 10 of second half.
You know, it's definitely.
And I don't think there'll be that much stoppage time, to be honest, Jake. I mean, we saw a couple guys go down for a short period of time, but in terms of extra time, maybe 2.
I don't even think 2. I think under 2. Maybe a minute and a half. You won't get that much.
So roughly 10 minutes to go in this under 21 final. Port Moody Langley battling it out here on the pitch. And the Erzinger goal stands as the game winner if things finish the way they do. Now here's Jindo with some time. Deep ball looking for Wingfield, and Faber will cover it up.
Now I understand what Jindo's doing, but also, you know, there's nothing wrong with hitting it back to your defender and taking some more time off the clock, but I can't fault the effort for him. Nice header.
Now Erzinger now for Delzana. That ball played in the box, and Faber will come out to handle. Lee now for Carmali. That ball just out of his own reach. As United is slowing things down, playing the strategic game here as we have 6 minutes to go in this second half. Still a 1-0 lead. Vasquez taken now. Now a chance for Wingfield. He plays it for Gilbert. Now Gilbert for Erzinger. He's checked. And up come the Gunners out wide for Bourdignon. Trying to make a move on Sinclair. A lot of time and space for Erzinger, who goes cross pitch
Bad
for
touch.
Gilbert. And Gilbert couldn't hold it in.
He's got to get his body in front of that more, and it's a tough ball. It's chest level, but you got to get your body in front of that. And again, that's could potentially be another 30, 40 seconds you're killing if you get that ball and you control it.
We actually called the handball, Jake, so it's a free
there you
kick
go.
at midfield for the Gunners, and it's played in by Leonard. Deep ball, and it's well wide and out of play. Opportunity gone there. I was going to see Smith check back in the next whistle. And he will, and he's going to be taken out. Number 14, Mitchell Van Hagem once again. So Van Hagem out, and Smith back in. Here's Jindo once again. Ball played for Smith. And it's called a corner.
Oh, wow.
As Smith took down Leonard. Leonard is not too happy,
he
giving
is
the
not
ref a piece
happy
of his
at all.
mind. And now wastes valuable time, too, off the clock. And now Erzinger will have himself a corner. Under 5 to go here. Chance in tight, headed by Smith, and it's in. And he's calling a no goal.
He said he pushed off, I believe.
Wow, maybe a makeup call,
Maybe.
but the Gunners won't complain as Faber put that ball up the pitch.
You really don't see
Quite
that
quickly.
often. I mean, if it's a no goal, it's usually an offside, but calling a push off in the box is quite uncommon, at least at this level. I think you have to realize the scope of the situation, and It is the championship game, so every call that you miss or you make at this point with about 5 minutes left can potentially not just judge the outcome of a game, but the championship game. So they're going to make sure they don't screw it up.
And boarding on, subbed out, back in is Rashid Ziaudin. So the offensive cavalry really full force now, as they have Vasquez, Ziaudin, and Beaugery up front. Now Jindo heads it across. Now chance for Erzinger, no good. But Langley holds the ball in the offensive zone. Here's Wingfield. Did a good job honing in, and under 5 to go here.
Really, the pressure's on, and for Port Moody, you're not happy that the ball is in your end right now, and it's been in your end for the last 5 minutes or so. And you're going to see the keeper, he's going to boot it deep, you'd think.
So he rolls it out to Leonard. And Leonard with time and space here. Up for Carmali. He tries to chip it for Beaugery. No avail.
Handball.
And a handball there. Called right in front of the referee's face. That was Scott Sims. In the 42nd minute here. The second half as Sioux hits it up for Ziaudin now. Erzinger, Smith wide open in the middle of the park, trying to settle.
Thought he was going to try and kick it behind himself.
Yeah, couldn't settle down now. Lee for Carmali. Getting by 2 defenders now. Beaugery has it on the far side.
And good job by Beaugery slowing the pace down, but also what great footwork by him.
Now Ziaudin on the far side, as he'll win a throw-in.
Wow.
As that ball once again goes out for a throw-in.
Hold on. Sportsnet analyst. I'd like to do an interview with them after the presentation. We're going to do some presentation. And then whoever wants to interview him, we can convene with that. And then just talk about what he's doing and that.
I've been working with Umbro as well on the sponsor.
So entering possible stoppage time here.
Sure, that sounds good. Yeah.
Goal kick for Lowther. Headed by Jindo. And we're entering the last minute of the second half, and then whatever's left of stoppage time. Chance for Carmali, nice touch there now. Chance for Beaugery inside the box. Trying to settle things down. Now a chance for Leonard.
He's going to try and cross it here.
For a left foot. Cuts back.
Oh, he gave up on it a little too early.
Yeah, he wanted the call. He wasn't going to get it.
Yeah, at this point, I know you want to try and sell something, trying to get a penalty shot, but you got to keep playing to the whistle. It's too late to sit back at this point and kind of hold your arms up. You want to take a shot and you want to get a chance, and he really did have a chance to cross it with his left foot, but he decided not to. He decided to plead his case.
Thrown in. It's desperation time now for the Gunners as we're in stoppage time, and Hallam goes cross for Sioux. Sioux played in the middle, and that ball booted down, and Faber will play it in quickly.
And he's got some space.
Yeah,
he's gonna milk this for
here's
all it's worth.
Erzinger
Yeah. Whoa.
taken out. And he got all ball, so
Nice slide check though.
yeah, nice slide check there by the defender. But time is of the essence right now. Not in the favor of the Port Moody Gunners.
And it's not in. It's in their end. So something's gonna have to change quickly. The field's gonna have to tilt if they want a shot right now.
And now free kick for United. So everything going their way late here in this second half. As the clock is milking down. And now number 17, Nick Leonard, getting a talking to by the referee. So then comes a free kick by Erzinger. And that goes well wide, and it'll be a goal kick.
Almost went the opposite corner.
Yeah, tried to go far post. As Saber will boot this ball up. Not much time left to be played here. Now here's Carmali on the far side. Crossing it in for Vasquez. Vasquez's shot is blocked. Leonard taken out. Now Carmali's shot off a shin. It'll be a free kick, no throw in, but Carmali is down and looks like to be in a lot of pain.
You'd have to wonder how much stoppage time this is going to add, potentially in the favor of Port Moody. And at this point, you'd have to think we are in stoppage time. We're going by our own clocks because there are no clocks here. And we've timed it at around 45 minutes right now. 46 minutes, so...
Yeah, we're in stoppage time,
we're definitely in stoppage time.
And looks like Fahim Carmali is being helped off the field. And it'll be a throw-in for the Gunners. And we're seeing a deep ball thrown in the box for hopefully a bounce. Leonard throws it in, headed. Gilbert can 100% clear it, excuse me.
And you have to think Langley, whatever they do, they're just going to try and boot it deep. And
now free kick for the Gunners, as Smith was a little bit too aggressive there on Lee, so it'll be a free kick here. Last moments of this final. Faber's at the half. Everyone inside the box. As a referee, making sure the United players have the 10 yards. And now lobbed in. Two guys taken down.
That was pretty close to a handball in the box. That could have been deadly.
And that's it. The final whistle. And Langley United come away with the victory. 1-0 for Langley United as they are ecstatic on the field.
And it took them 5 games to beat Port Moody, but they've done it. And they've done it in the game that counts. And thanks in part to the play of Erzinger, but also a great all-around game by United.
So the final score, Langley United 1, Port Moody Gunners 0. And the team that cannot solve Port Moody all season gets it done in the final on the Erzinger goal.
That's why they play the games.
That's why they play the game, exactly. 5th time's a charm, I guess, for Langley, and they come out as the champs, the under-21 Fraser Valley Soccer League champs, Langley United. And dismay for the Port Moody Gunners. A lot of players crouched down in disappointment, as unfortunately for them, the season ends on a sour note. Now both teams lining up here at midfield.
Yeah, here. I'm with Umbro, which is one of the sponsors.
Tease it. Just one sec, sorry.
And as soon as the handshakes are complete, we will go to break and then have an interview with
Paul Dolan,
of
Sportsnet analyst.
Yep.
I'll take it.
I heard there was something called the sun.
Well, I haven't heard that.
We haven't heard of that.
Yeah, let me know when you see it.
All right, so we're going to go to break and then come back with the interview. So we will check in it's a short while.
So I saw it for 8 days in a row.
Test, test. Check, check, check. Test, test.
So we're back from break, and after that championship game here with Sportsnet analyst Paul Dolan. And Paul, as we can see, the Umbro banner is all over the place. And can you talk a little bit about Umbro and what the involvement is here today?
Sure. Well, obviously I've been with Umbro for 23 years, ever since it was pretty much introduced in Canada as the licensee here. Been the representative in BC, and these are the types of events we love to be a part of. So very proud to be sponsoring the Fraser Valley Soccer League finals here, final day today, alongside Soccer City. And a great first game, too. One of the teams, Port Moody, wearing the Umbro gear. A little unlucky, I thought, near the end, but deserving winners in Langley, I think.
Absolutely, and a great game, as you mentioned, and only the first of 4 games that we're going to be seeing today. So what are your overall impressions of this this event? Do you think it's all put together well?
Excellent. Very, very good. It's got a stadium-like atmosphere here with the bleachers right over the field. You mentioned the banners, the flags, the tents that are up. Special congratulations to Dave Haluka and Thomas Mills and the Fraser Valley Board for putting this together. It's a phenomenal event, and I know this is the first time that Port Moody's hosted it, and they've done a great job here too. It's just got a really good professional look to it.
Yeah, and talk about BC soccer, and me and Gino were talking about on the broadcast how it's sort of overtaken hockey as the most popular sport in Canada for youth, and it might be a surprising number, but I think, can you talk a little bit about why that, tournaments like these are so important, to get the involvement with the
to our officials. Big hand, please, for the 4 officials today. They did an excellent job. Come on up, lads. Tom Babick, Phil Allen, Wayne Bozak, and Tim Smythe. If there's any that are looking to take pictures, feel free to come across now, because the players are directed to the media board immediately. after the presentation. So if you want to jump in there. Oh, one time, please. We'll move on now to the MVP of today's game. It was a close decision between Eli William Gindo and Mitchell Erzinger, but the winner of today's MVP award goes to Mitchell Erzinger. Let's have a big hand, please, for today's runner-up, the Port Moody Lordco Gunners. Come on up, lads. Come on up. Okay, now we can get to the main component here. We're big hand for our under 21 Cup winners, the Neil Fuge Cup, Langley United. Come on up, lads. We'll get your medals. Then we'll have your captain right after. Let's have your team captain, please, for Langley United. And you'll be given the trophy by Neil Fuge himself. Congratulations.